In my training and my experience, one of the things that I believe is that coaching is not advice. And I think that that gets mixed up and confused. My way of doing things and me telling you what to do is not always what coaching is. I need to facilitate a conversation that inspires you to see things differently and see things with a new lens. And that's really my ultimate objective. And I have to create that for you in your paradigm and the way that you work. And people think that coaching is me telling you how to do something. And I would say that coaching is actually me creating a conversation that inspires you to see things with a different perspective. I went through training with a really amazing coach by the name of Nancy Klein. And one of the things that she talks about is creating a thinking partnership. Her process and methodology is all around creating the framework for a conversation to inspire somebody's deepest thinking. When people are afraid of being judged or they're afraid of being interrupted, their brain can't access their deepest, most creative thinking. They're worried about keeping it short. They're worried about the body language of the person across the table from them. They're worried about the judgment. They're worried about how this conversation is going to impact things. So as I'm worried about all those things, those trump any creative thinking that that person could be doing. So the idea with the thinking partnership is to actually create a space in a conversation where I commit to you that there will be no judgment. I also show you that I'm fully engaged with what you say by never interrupting you. And as you finish a thought, my next question will always be, and what else? I'm drawing out your deepest thinking by allowing you to have a thought, and then I'm going to ask you what your next thought is. And then I'm going to ask you what your next thought is. And as I'm doing that, I'm actually allowing you to do your deepest level of thinking around a topic. If you think of a team, 5, 6, 7 people that all have experience in a specific role, if you were to get all of them to do their deepest level thinking, can you imagine the innovation that could come out of that conversation? Can you imagine how many people in that team of 6 or 7 have never actually had more than 15 minutes to really think about how to solve a problem or how to do something better? Like they haven't had that much time because no one has ever questioned them and allowed for an answer that was any longer than 30 seconds. Many times when managers who were excellent in their functional role are now put in charge of a team, they are not prepared to coach and develop that team. They don't have the skills to actually go in and create a perception change or a shift in the way that person views things. The only thing sometimes that they're really good at is explaining how to do it or not do it. They can walk in and say, you should do it my way because I have done this before and I know what's right. And we all know that that conversation can be tough for the team to handle. So in order to facilitate a conversation in which you have a shift in perception, it most likely is not going to start by me saying, you're doing this wrong and this is how you should do it. That language right off the bat is what creates that defensiveness. And so what coaching conversations look like, they are very different than advice giving.